Hey everyone, welcome back to Carbon to Diamonds, the podcast where we take the raw, unpolished stuff of everyday life and turn it into something worth a whole lot more. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm George, and today we are going on a little trip down memory lane. Specifically, back to school.
Already?
I know. Bear with us, because today's episode is all about the one subject that was completely, almost criminally absent from most of our educations.
Personal finance, budgeting, investing, compound interest, debt, taxes, the things that actually run your life as an adult. The things that determine whether you feel free or feel trapped.
Things that nobody told us about, like, at all.
Not even a little bit. And we're going to dig into why that is, share some honest stories from our own lives, cover the key money lessons we wish someone had handed us earlier, and give you some real practical things you can start doing today. Let's get into it.
All right, so Elizabeth, I want to start with a question. Do you remember your very first real money mistake? Like the first time you were out in the adult world and you went, oh no.
Oh, absolutely. Vividly. I graduated college, I got my first real paycheck, and I thought, I have money, like real money, time to live. And I had zero concept of a budget. None.
Right, yeah.
And by week 3 of the month, I'm staring at my bank account like, where did it all go? What happened? I had money and now I don't. It genuinely baffled me because nobody had ever sat me down and shown me how to track what was coming in versus what was going out.
That is such a universal experience. Mine was credit cards. I got my first one at 19, and I genuinely thought free money. That was the complete thought.
Free money.
Nobody explained to me that I was borrowing at 22% interest. Nobody sat me down and said, George, this is how compound interest works, and when it is working against you, it is brutal. I found out the hard way when the bill arrived.
And that's the big one, right? Compound interest. It is one of the most powerful forces in all of personal finance. And most people don't encounter it properly until it's already eating their lunch. Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. And the idea is simple. Your money earns a return, and then that return earns a return. And it keeps building on itself over time. If you understand that early and put it to work through saving and investing when you're young, it is genuinely life-changing, like retire early life-changing.
But if it's working against you, like with high-interest credit card debt or loans you don't fully understand, it snowballs in the other direction just as fast. It's the same mechanism, just pointed the wrong way.
And can we talk about taxes for a second? Because this is one I am personally passionate about.
Oh, please, go ahead.
I graduated, got my first job, and I had no idea how income tax brackets actually worked. I genuinely believed that if I got bumped into a higher tax bracket, my entire salary would get taxed at that higher rate. Though I was almost nervous about earning more money. I swear I actually thought that.
That is such a common myth, though. So common.
Right? And the reality is that tax brackets are marginal, meaning only the slice of income above each threshold gets taxed at that higher rate. The rest is still taxed at the lower rates. Earning more is always better.
You are not alone, and that's really what we want people to hear today. If you didn't know this stuff, it is not a personal failure. The system genuinely did not teach it. There was no class for this.
But the good news, and this is the part we want to leave you with, is that it is never, ever too late to learn. The concepts aren't hard. They just need someone to explain them in plain language, which is kind of exactly why we're here.
Exactly why we're here. So let's do a quick practical rundown. If someone's listening to this and they want to start like right now, today, what are the first moves?
Okay, number 1, track your spending for 1 month. Just 1 month. Write down or use an app to log everything that comes in and goes out. Most people are genuinely shocked by what they find. That awareness alone changes your behavior.
And number 2, build an emergency fund, even a small one. The goal is eventually 3 to 6 months of expenses set aside, but if that feels impossible right now, start with 1 month or $500, something, because having that cushion is the difference between a setback and a financial spiral.
Yes. And number three, start investing as early as you possibly can, even if the amounts are small. Seriously, $20 a month invested in your 20s beats $200 a month invested in your 40s because of time. That's compound interest doing its thing. Time in the market beats trying to time the market every single time.
Every single time. A small amount contributed consistently over a long period. That is literally how you build a diamond. Pressure, time, consistency.
I love that. That is the whole show, honestly, right there in one sentence.
All right, that is a wrap on today's episode of Carbon to Diamonds. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Genuinely, thank you. This is the stuff that actually matters. This stuff that determines how much freedom you have in your life, and you deserve to know it.
If you took just one thing from today, whether that's finally setting up a budget, understanding how compound interest works, or just committing to start investing, that is one step closer to financial freedom.
Because remember, diamonds aren't born, they're made. Under pressure, over time, through consistent effort. And that's exactly what financial freedom looks like too. So keep going.
Let's go convert some carbon into diamonds. We'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone. See you soon.